Alright. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good day to all of you. My name is Syed Arifuddin Siddiq bin Syed Ahmad Shahabuddin, and I will be presenting for the task 3 of EDUP 3143 Sociology in Education, which the instructions tells us to uh, find the initiatives or recent changes in social mobility of students in our country's education system. I am from TESOL 5 and I am also from PISMP 2126. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So before we move on to the initiatives that I found and researched, we need to know firsthand what is social mobility. So, social mobility can be defined as the movement of individuals, families, or groups within or between social strata or socioeconomic levels in a society. So that means that in a society, there is going to be a certain level or class assigned to each member based on their either on their income, their origins, their cultural origins, their their living locations, or anything such as that. And it also typically involves changes in income, education, occupation, or social status over time. So social mobility happens over time, and it involves income, education, or occupation. For example, in income, in Malaysia you have B40, M40, and T20. So if a student undergoes upward or positive social mobility, you can give an example of when he or she moves into B4 from B40 into M40 or even T20. That is upward social mobility, and downward social mobility is the opposing one, such as T20 moving to M40 and also M40 moving to B40. So for students, social mobility refers to the ability of students from different economic backgrounds to move up or down the social ladder based on their educational achievements and opportunities. So this basically means that students are considered to move in their social mobility levels when they have better or lesser educational achievements or academic success. For example, if a student is able to enter university from primary school, from secondary school, and the university is a prestigious university, or he or she is able to learn overseas, this student will be regarded as moving upwards in according to the social mobility standards of a student. So we move on to the recent changes in the education system on students' social mobility. So why are there recent changes in this education system on students' social mobility? This is basically because students are uh, not every students come from various backgrounds, right? So not every one of them are capable or can afford to be in a high social class. And some of them are even in a low social class, such as B40 students or students. Some students have learning disabilities that can hinder their learning experience and make their performance lower than their peers. So these recent changes in the education system, specific especially in our Malaysian education system, is how we want how the ministry or how we as teachers want to help the students, our efforts to help the students to improve or to move upwards towards the social mobility ladder, in order to help them gain a, a more comfortable life or have a better learning experience. Okay, so we are going to discuss our first initiative, which is the Beranti Siswa Initiative. As you can see, based on this excerpt or this screenshot from the Berita Harian website, the Berita Harian website tells that of Beranti Siswa initiative where students or B40 students or students in need, university students in need, are provided with tablets for their education by the government. This initiative was launched in 2022 by the Malaysian government as an effort to help students in terms of their accessibility towards their learning materials and help overall improve or enhance the learning progress. Based on the screenshot or based on the YouTube video, you can click on the YouTube video I sent to you in this presentation. 6 million university students are aimed to receive their devices. So, this is a large scale initiative or large scale effort that is helped by the Malaysian government, which gives proof that social mobility is actually very important and significant in the daily lives of every student. And another point is students have full ownership of their devices. What does full ownership of their devices mean? This means that the students who are eligible to get or to obtain the Prantisiswa device, their Prantisiswa tablets, will not be entitled to any returns or claims or any refunds if they don't want to use their Prantisiswa anymore. The Prantisiswa is theirs for as long as the tablet is functional. Basically, you don't have to return it to the government after a specific time of learning or after you have graduated. And that is in my opinion, that is very good because students, this is the tablets are not high level of flagship tablets, and the devices that are given by the Malaysian government is just enough for the students or sufficient for the students to help their learning and also enhance their learning experience. These devices may not be durable enough to hold their own strength to hold their lifespan uh, for around 5 years, for example, such as doing a degree for 3 years or 2 years, even 2 years. These tablets may not be functioning at their top performances during the end of a certain university students um, lifetime or learning experience. So if the student, if the device is already given full ownership to the students, they will it is their responsibility to be able to do anything to the devices. So it will not be a burden to them if they have to pay fees or fines if the devices are broken. So as I have said, the Prangtisiswa is one of the initiatives by the Malaysian government to help social mobility students, and there are four main points that I can observe and I have observed and I can conclude, which is the first one is equal access to educational resources. Basically, Prantisiswa provides disadvantaged students with essential educational resources like technology and learning materials. So, Prantisiswa ensures that every student, regardless of the family's financial situation, has access to essential educational resources such as electronic textbooks, laptops, and learning materials. For example, in rural areas where some students with poor families or lower income families may struggle to afford these resources, Prantisiswa can step in to provide the necessary tools for the students to succeed academically, just requiring an internet connection. By leveling the playing field in this way, Prantisiswa creates an environment where all students have an equal opportunity to excel in their studies. Moving on, The second point is promoting equity in education. So the initiative of Prantisiswa contributes to creating a more equitable education system by addressing disparities in educational opportunities. What I mean by this is the Prantisiswa program is dedicated to promoting equity in education by ensuring that every student has an equal chance to succeed in school. Basically, everyone can learn. Everyone can get the same chance to learn, regardless of their socioeconomic background. This means that students from disadvantaged backgrounds, such as lower income students from lower income families, students who are not able to students who are having learning disabilities, Pranti Siswa can offer scholarships or financial assistance to students who would otherwise be unable to afford this college to afford some fees for their electronic devices, because they have to pay for other more important tuition fees. For example, if a student needs to pay the college dormitory or college hostel fees, and they come from a lower income background, they may struggle with um, getting or obtaining or purchasing the devices that can help them to learn better, such as um, this tablet that is being these tablets of that is being distributed by the government. So, by breaking down barriers to educational attainment through giving out uh, the devices to students in need, the initiative of Prantisiswa actually empowers students from diverse backgrounds to achieve their full potential and also secure better opportunities in the future. So basically, this uh, Prantisiswa initiative helps to equalize or level the playing field for all students, because not all students are able to afford being in a in an expensive university. So if with the apprenticeship initiative, even if the student is from a public university, or even the student is still in college, or just or a normal university which is not prestigious by our societal standards, this will help the student to become uh, to learn at a higher level. It is not dependent on their own money, and this assist or this help, this aid in practices will actually create more or produce more students who are higher level, without having for them to use to cost without having to cost more huge sum of financial financial burden. So it also helps the students' parents to save some money to pay for bills, to pay for their learning, the other tuition fees, and yeah, that's it. So now the third point for me is that Prantis is what helps social mobility in students by bridging the digital divide. Prantisiswa aims to bridge the digital divide by providing students with access to technology and internet connectivity. In today's digital age, access to and the internet is essential for academic success. This is because you are all, not all, or most of, or most, if not all, yeah, I'm sorry, most, if not all of the learning materials of every type of courses in the world are available on the internet. So, however, not all students have access to computers or internet connectivity at home. This Prantisiswa initiative addresses this issue by providing students with the tools they need to learn online, such as laptops and such as the tablets and internet access. Therefore, this ensures that all students can keep up with their classes and also develop the digital literacy skills necessary for future employment. For example, students in remote areas who come from low income backgrounds or are from marginalized communities, they previously lacked access to online learning resources. They can now participate in online classrooms or virtual classrooms and access educational materials online. By bridging this digital gap, Prantisiswa actually ensures that no student is left behind in the digital age. So the last point for Prantisiswa, which how does Prantisiswa help social mobility in students is Prantisiswa also helps to build students' confidence and self-efficacy. The initiative provides access to additional resources and support services that can boost students' confidence and self-efficacy. This is because when students have the support they need to learn and someone cheering them on, they feel more confident in their abilities. Prantisiswa plays a huge or gives out a big impact or gives out a big effect in building students' confidence by providing them with the resources and encouragement they need to succeed. For instance, by using the tablets from the Prantisiswa initiative, students can browse through YouTube or browse through the internet to find mentors or counselors or tutorials that can help them build more confidence to speak in front of people, to speak in public, and lecturers also may work closely with the students with their Prantisiswa devices to provide academic support and guidance, which can help them overcome challenges and develop a positive mindset towards learning. Why did I say that lecturers can help? Because the lecturers or educators can just do online learning or do online tutorials, online classrooms due to because they don't have to worry that not ev- that the that their students not all their students have the devices capable of watching or doing the or learning what they have taught, they are teaching through the online classes. As a result, students are students become more confident and resilient and also are more motivated to pursue their goals in both education and also life beyond the classroom. This is why Pantisiswa is a very good initiative or a very good change in our education system because it helps the students to learn outside of a classroom. They don't need to come to class. They don't need to be physically attending the classroom in order to be able to learn. They can even find additional materials, additional knowledge, or additional info from the screens or from their fingertips of the Prantisiswa devices. Okay, now we are moving on to the second initiative, which is Program Pemulihan Khas or Special Remedial Program, which is PPK. So this PPK is an initiative by the Malaysian MOE or Ministry of Education that provides targeted academic support to struggling students to help them excel in the studies. So this PPK is actually focused on primary students, and why is it focused as such? Because the primary students the primary school level of learning is where students start their educational experience. So if they have academic struggles such as learning disabilities and such, they it needs to be addressed as soon as possible. If it is done in secondary level schools, it may be effective, but it could not be as effective as addressing or prevent or helping the students during their primary school levels. So this is a research from Saiful Azam and also Hu Abdullah. I found on the website on the internet of an inclusive education program for special needs students in Malaysia. You can search the title of the research and you can find it and read it all. But what I can conclude is from this research, it states that the students who have special needs need to be catered differently, but they must not be ignored or separated entirely from the society. This is because they will develop by if we separate them entirely or fully, they will actually be more more prone to developing social awkwardness or social anxiety that will cause them to feel like they don't want to learn or will demotivate them in learning. So basically, how does PPK help to improve social mobility or to move students' social mobility upwards? So the first one is by identification of students. Through identifying students who are facing academic struggles, learning disabilities, language barriers, socioeconomic disadvantages, behavioral or emotional issues, and also attendance or lack of attendance. This PPK program through recognizing and addressing the diverse needs of students, PPK ensures that no one slips through the cracks and that every student receives the support they need to succeed academically. No student is ever going to be ignored, and they are not going to be separated from the society. They are going to be educated or taught on how to live as a society, and this will help the students with the struggling students to overcome their disabilities or to cope or to adapt with their problems or issues in order to be able to live with the society. And through this identification of students, also, teachers are also able to identify which students that need to be catered, because every student has their own learning problems or learning issues. This will eventually lead to teachers catering to each student differently. So every student needs to be properly taught, especially which those ones who struggle with their learning. So the second point is addressing learning barriers. PPK helps students to overcome learning disabilities and also develop language proficiency and gain access to resources necessary for academic success. PPK provides targeted interventions and also support to help students overcome learning barriers and succeed academically. For example, students with learning disabilities such as dyslexia or ADHD or autism or dyscalculia may receive specialized instruction or may be separated into special classes that can accommodate them to help them access the curriculum more effectively. Likewise, students who are facing language barriers can also receive additional language support from teachers, such as extra classes or additional tutoring to improve their proficiency and comprehension. So, by addressing these barriers, PPK creates an inclusive learning environment where all students can thrive and reach their full potential. This PPK, this is why this PPK program is beneficial for the social mobility of students, because it helps students to learn better. The program improves their learning experience. They are not going to be ignored. They are not going to be separated, and this is they are not even going to be um, uh, scorned or being mocked by the society, because the teachers have especially cater to them differently. The teachers can teach them what they need to know, and after they have adapted to the essentials or the main primary components of learning, they can further progress on their own pace. This is basically this is called personalization, learning personalization or personalized learning. So students who are struggling academically or have learning disabilities, they can learn at their own pace. They can learn and not be demotivated because they are not catching up with their peers, or they couldn't understand what their teachers are teaching in classrooms. And that is for the second point. For the third point, which is higher education opportunities, where PPK equips students with the skills and support needed to pursue higher education and access better job opportunities. So PPK, or the Special Remedial Program, Program Pemulihan Khas, actually provides targeted intervention. No, sorry, actually equips students with the skills and support needed to pursue high education levels and access better job opportunities. This is because some PPK students will be demotivated, or will um, uh, will fail in academics, in learning, and this will cause them to drop out of schools, and they prefer learning, and they prefer working or finding money on their own to feed their family. Because based on statistics, most PPK students or special needs students come from lower income families. So they are aware that their families have low income, and they don't even know, and they are not aware that they have learning disabilities. So if through this PPK program or this initiative, teachers who identify these students can help them be more accepting towards opportunity towards education, and help them to be aware that they can also enter higher education levels, and they have their own opportunities. It's not that they can't learn higher, or learn like others, like other normal students or their peers. It is just that they need to work harder in order to gain the ability or opportunity for higher education. For instance, some students may also receive guidance and assistance from teachers for the college applications, or financial aid, and also career planning. And additionally, this PPK initiative may offer vocational training or apprenticeship programs to help students develop job ready skills, or develop important skills, or needed or required skills uh, for secure employment, or for secure occupation, or work chances after their graduation from schools, or yeah, after their graduation from schools. And but through providing these opportunities, PPK opens a door, or a gate, I can say, for students from diverse backgrounds to achieve upward social mobility, and help and improve their daily lives, and also their families. So the final point for PPK is academic improvement. So academic improvement is that through targeted intervention and support, students in the PPK program experience enhanced academic performance, resulting in improved grades and test scores. So academic success is an essential item, or an essential matter in helping students to improve their social mobility, just like I said in the previous slides. So, for example, students who were previously struggling in math may receive personalized tutoring or small group instructions from math teachers to improve their understanding and mastery of key concepts. Likewise, students with attendance issues uh, may also receive counseling and support to address under the factors affecting their school attendance. For example, some students may think that they better work than learn to support their family, because they are too low on family income, or they are having a financial crisis at home. As a result, students can become more confident in their academic abilities and are better equipped to succeed in school and beyond. This is because they do not need to worry about other things. They can focus on learning. They do not have external factors, or some of the external factors are lowered down or decreased with the help of this PPK program. So, we are moving on to the last initiative, which is Technical and Vocational Education and Training, or TVET. So, well, I'm going to read a small description or a short description for TVET. TVET stands for Technical and Vocational Education and Training. TVET is an education and training process that aims to prepare individuals for specific occupations with a primary focus on industry practices. Its goal is to produce competent workforce in particular fields. This scope of TVET should be based on the scope of TVET should be based on recognized job standards, emphasizing practical components, psychomotor skills, and exposure to industry training. So basically, TVET is an alternative uh, learning or alternative education for students who are not uh, capable, who are not or who do not prefer learning in normally, or learning as in the curriculum of the Ministry of Education. TVET is still under Ministry of Education, but it is more vocational and it focuses on more vocational and technical aspects, such as mechanical or engineering, which involves more hands-on activities, more hands-on learning, which may cater to some students who are more interested in them. And if you can see on the right of my slide, this is a screenshot from Berita Harian also, which is it says that, I quote, "Gaji tinggi, angkat martabat graduan Tibet." So this screenshot is states that the Tibet, or the government, raises the Tibet the income level, the basic income level of Tibet graduates to RM 4,000 ringgit. So, if this is one of the initiatives to help Tibet students become more comfortable in their life, and help them move upwards in the social class, which improves the social mobility. Okay, now I will be talking about TVET and social mobility of students, and how TVET can help the social mobility of students. The first one is practical skills development. So TVET equips students with practical skills relevant to various industries, in enhancing their employability rate and also socio-economic mobility. Basically, in simple words, TVET programs provide students with practical, hands-on skills that are highly sought after in various industries. Uh, in this era of Industrial Revolution 4.0, or IR 4.0, TVET students are being sought after, like golds in coal mines, because they are rare now. That's why the government is trying to promote TVET to students, so that they do not waste their talents on learning normally in normal schools. For example, students who enroll in automotive technology programs may learn how to repair and maintain vehicles, whilst those who in construction programs may gain experience in carpentry, plumbing, or electrical work. Uh, each student each student has their own learning preferences and field of expertise. So by providing training for the students in these specialized fields, TVET also prepares these students for entry level positions in the work organizations and of these specialized fields, and enhances their employability and socio-economic mobility. Moving on to the second point, which is recognition of non-academic talents. TVET actually values students' diverse talents and others, and offers an alternative learning pathway for learning for those who may not excel academically. promoting inclusivity and equal access to meaningful careers. So basically, one of the strengths of TVET is that the TVET program recognizes and appreciates the students' diverse talents and abilities. For example, students who are more capable or who can achieve more in hands-on activities or problem solving can or may thrive in TVET programs that emphasize practical skills development such as mechanical engineering and such. And by valuing these non-academic talents and providing them with the opportunities through the TVET program for the students to showcase their abilities, uh, it promotes inclusivity and also provides equal access to education, enabling students from all backgrounds to pursue their careers and reward them with an upwards social mobility in their future life. So the third point is empowerment of marginalized communities. What what is marginalized communities? Marginalized communities is basically communities that are separated due to having small numbers of certain people of their races or their common characteristics, such as in Malaysia we have the Malays, which are Malays, Chinese and Indians, which are the main non-marginalized communities, and we have the Sarawakians and Sabahans who have multiple races or multiple tribes such as the Dayak, Iban, and those can be considered as marginalized communities. So TVET provides marginalized communities with access to skill training and employment opportunities, reducing social and economic inequalities and promoting empowerment. So TVET plays actually play. I'm sorry. TVET actually plays a crucial role in empowering these marginalized communities by providing them with access to skills training and employment opportunities. For example, students from rural areas may enroll in agricultural or agro-based TVET programs that teach them skills related to farming, animal breeding, or agro processing. This can help uh, students in the TVET programs who are offered specialized training and accommodations to meet their unique needs. For example, these students from rural areas who apply or enroll in TVET programs are able can use their knowledge to and uh, bring a change or cause a positive change to their homeland or to their villages, to their rural homeland. Therefore, by addressing these inequalities and also breaking down the barriers to education and employment, TVET helps marginalized individuals to overcome obstacles and achieve greater economic independence and social inclusion. So the final point for me is the impact of TVET that extends beyond individual empowerment, which is community development and economic growth. TVET actually stimulates economic activity and job creation, fostering community development and reducing poverty through skilled workforce development. So, for example, TVET graduates may return to their communities or their hometowns equipped with the skills and knowledge needed to start their businesses, create jobs, and contribute to local economies. Additionally, TVET programs that focus on sustainable development and green technologies may help communities address environmental changes and also promote sustainable practices. By investing in this TVET infrastructure, training facilities, and also industry partnerships, the government and the Ministry of Education as included can help stimulate economic activity, which also in turn assist the students to be to have a higher chance or higher possibility to be employed or to have their own occupations. This will in turn help to reduce poverty and uplift the communities where social mobility for residents are considered lower. And this, in conclusion, TVET can help the students to become a functioning member of society and also uh, be and also gain a stable and a reasonable amount of income to feed their families and feed themselves uh, to and also to help improve their daily lives. Yeah, and that is all for me. Thank you. So in conclusion, that is all that I have I have found in these. That's all the initiative that I have found uh, in my in during my research of doing this task. I hope this is sufficient um, for the completion of my task. And thank you all for learning. I apologize for my stuttering and for my nervousness because I have some problem. I have a nervous problem. I'm sorry and thank you. That is all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.